guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm doing another Before It's Out video. Now if you guys don't know what that is, basically it's a web series where we're taking a look at a Transformers toy before it gets released, so take everything with a grain of salt. In this video we're going to take a look at the Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe class Optimus Prime. Now, before we talk about the Deluxe class Optimus Prime itself, let me talk about Transformers Cyberverse in general. I know that I just messed up its name and said Cyberverse. That was weird. Anyways, the Cyberverse line. I think that it's okay for kids, I guess, but some of the gimmicks really sour down some of the toys. I mean, yes, they are meant for kids, not really collectors, but even as a kid, I feel like I wouldn't really get into these that much. And even with that said, I just feel like it was okay to have gimmicky toys as long as the toys actually function, but I just felt like it needed something for older kids, not necessarily adult collectors out there. Although that's fine too, but some kids don't just want some gimmicky toy, but something to represent what they see on the show. Now you could go for the Generations styling or the Studio Series and whatnot, but I guess it's just not the same if they're really into the Cyberverse show itself. I thought that Robots in Disguise had an interesting blend, even though it kind of dipped down into the more kid-friendly stuff with the one-step changers, deployers, and whatnot. It still had the Warrior class lineup for, older kids to enjoy. Because as a kid, I liked those highly articulated toys. Well, it doesn't have to be super articulated, but I like posing my figures. I didn't like things that got in the way because of a gimmick. So I think that introducing the Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe class lineup is a nice touch, even though this should have been essentially what the Warrior class lineup is. I think that this is better because it even has more articulation than some of those Warrior class figures from Robots in Disguise, with foot tilt, waist articulation, and they even have the siege ports for the blast effects, and even have some blast effects of their own, which I think is a nice touch. These Deluxe class figures so far also include parts for a Build-A-Figure, which is the MacAdams. I'm not going to do it before it's out on MacAdams, but with this wave and the second wave coming up, you will be able to build that figure. Anyways, taking a look at the Optimus Prime itself in his truck mode, I think the truck mode is essentially fine. One of the things I don't like is some of the aesthetic details don't really line up. You got this really rectangular bumper, and then on the side it's also got this rectangular shape, but then in other places it's just kind of jumbled up. Like on the top side of the truck it looks a little weird. The back truck just has this aesthetic to it that of course is meant for the legs, but it just doesn't really flow with the overall truck. I think the coloring is nice, especially with the blue windows. You got a couple of different paint applications for the lights. I like the silver. I wish that the wheels were painted in, but that's not so bad. Also silver smokestack, so that's good. And silver painted mirrors in the stock images, so that's good. But yeah, that's my essential opinion on the truck mode. In robot mode, it looks alright too. A little kibbly in the arms, but that's fine, because, I mean, we have the Siege Optimus Prime, and it's a little kibbly too. So if I can forget that, I can forget this. I feel like the ears should have been a little bit taller for this guy, though. It just looks way too short for me. But the head aesthetic is fine. Gray hands, I wish they were blue, but whatever, it's not really too big of a problem. And I do like the fact that it includes a matrix and a blast effect that seems to also be able to plug onto the ion blaster, but also plugs into the chest to make that matrix boom thing, whatever you want to call it. So I think that's a nice touch. Also on the feet you get some painted in details. You get some black and as well some blue and red for the lights. I think that's a nice touch. And there's even some little bit of paint detail in the shoulders. I think that's nice. Overall, I like the aesthetic of the Matrix too. I think that looks really good. And I also do like the fact that the Optimus Prime so far for 2020 that we've seen have an opening chest that will reveal a Matrix. So I think that's a nice touch. Anyways, with that said, that's pretty much my opinion on the Optimus Prime. I think it's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Please comment below. Let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And I will see you guys next time.